tuning in with Conversations with Keita. So today we're going to go a little higher in this conversation, right? Now, today we are going to scratch a surface area of an area in my life that a change was necessary. Yes, definitely was necessary. Okay, so now, as I'm talking to you, right, the change that you're considering, or is something that you want to do different in your life, is it your choice or simply is it someone else's choice, right? So it could possibly be the Lord is laid on your heart to make a change, or he's told you to make a change. You know how we can be caught up in our own mind thinking, caught up in what everybody else is saying and what everybody else is doing, and we're not doing what God intended on us to do. So, we're going to go into this scripture, Philippians 1:6. Being confident in this very thing, that he which began a good work will perform it until the day of Jesus Christ. Do you believe that? Because I definitely do. A life change that took place in my life was the transition to go overseas, to go to another country, to Afghanistan and Iraq. But it was totally a God's move for my life. It was needed and necessary for what God had in store for me. I didn't know it at the time that God was trying to preserve me for something greater, for something better, something that I didn't realize at the time. During that time, back in my school age years, and I was out of control. I was disrespectful to my parents. I had no respect for the elders. I were doing foolish things. I was fulfilling my earthly, fleshly desires. I'm pretty sure a lot of people can testify to that one. Not saying you're still out there doing it, but I know that's something real, and I know that is a stronghold for some people. But I was not doing anything purposeful at home in my hometown. Was not doing anything helpful, making my family name look bad, possibly ruining my future. So the opportunity for me to go overseas was really necessary. I can tell you that. During that time, my mother was terrified of that move. I was going overseas in a war zone. Oh my God, a war zone. But my dad, he told my mom that this could be a helpful move for her. It was ideal. Possibly she can go find herself and do something great. Because right now, I'm not sure which angle she's trying to go. So I knew at that moment it was time for me to make a change for the better, because apparently the change that God was allowing me to have was a new opportunity, a new beginning. So I wanted to start receiving the things that God would have in store for me. When I took that flight to go overseas, I was nervous. I was terrified. I was like a big girl at the beginning when I knew I was about to leave, but deep down inside I was hurt. I was sad. I knew that the transition overseas for me was a 8-year journey, 8 new beginnings, right? So God released me back to the US of A after 8 years. Yeah, 8 years, right, in the desert. Crazy. But I knew it was needed and it was totally necessary. I needed to be regroomed. I needed to be retrained mentally. Because what God had in store for me, He never said He would never give it to me. He was waiting on me to be able to receive it. I had to be mature enough to be able to come home and to be able to walk with the newfound faith and belief that I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me, right? So 8 years is a long time. It was a process. It was tough. It was challenging. Times I cried myself to sleep over there. Times that I knew that I wanted to come home, but even when I felt like giving up, God kept sending people my way, just speaking life into me, telling me what God had in store for me, has in store for me. And I'm thinking, these people are crazy. They just don't know. I am so tired of this everyday desert life. Rockets, bombs, mortar rounds coming in. It was crazy. But God, He had me protected. He protected me with His angels. His angel wings protected me. He had protection already laid up for me there. Because it was crazy. And I made it through a war zone. But not alone. The war zone in my mind that I was battling. Trying to do right by who? Me? My family? Yeah, it was a transition. Transition can be tough sometimes. And you can stay in transition for a long time if you're not ready for that change. You got to be mentally and focused and ready for that change. You got to want it. You have to want the change. And I was in need and I needed a change. I came back home with a retrained mind, a retrained heart. I was softer. I was able to receive. I was able to forgive. Yeah, forgiveness. Forgive myself. Yes. Yep. Forgiveness. Show myself that I could do it. Even though I was not following Christ like I should have been, I was still praying in my private time, asking Him to help me to do better. I was still seeking His face to help me change for the better. Yeah. So I got on that plane and I never turned back since. And it was challenging. It was hard. It was a life change. That world was totally different. The surroundings, the people, it was different. But God said in Genesis 29:15, and behold, I am with thee, and will keep thee in all place where thou go, and will bring thee again unto this land, for I will not leave which I have spoke thee of. God kept me. He really kept me. He preserved me for real. Being away from everybody and everyone that I knew, I was in a strange place. I was in a foreign place. But God, He sent people my way. He gave me people to speak life into me, to make me realize that I had purpose. I am something great, and I would become something great, right? I was learning how to live life with true meaning, with true belief. So major life change just can be hard to undo. So I advise you to spend some time, considering what you would gain or lose if you possibly start a life change or you're considering one. So I gained self-respect for myself. I learned how to be faithful to myself. I learned how to stay committed and follow through. And I've learned how to allow people to depend on me. What would it be for you? Tune in next week with Conversations with Keita.
See to me.